and then we'll get into it. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our daily analysis call. So this is our preparation for March 24th. So before we get started, my usual disclaimer, this is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. And if you have questions about your individual investment needs, please talk to your investment advisor. All right, so let's move on to the charts now. Okay, let's start off with euro here from the top. So with the euro here, we were at the very top, and now we have pulled back a little bit. So today was another very, very range-bound day, very, very small move in the market with all the sessions combined. And one of the big things that the markets are waiting on is this Obamacare bill that is getting repealed. So they didn't have enough majority, or I guess they didn't have majority because of that. It has been delayed. They were supposed to vote on the bill today. However, it got delayed. So nothing happened with that. They were trying to get sufficient votes before they actually put it to vote, or they were trying to get sufficient support, I should say, before they're trying to get a vote on it. But that hasn't happened. So as a result, we have not seen the result come out, and the entire market is waiting on it. And one of the reasons for that is because they're trying to see if the new administration has enough support and they're able to push the policies through. So
600 million Aussie dollar 2021 auction saw averaging 2.0563%, a bid cover of 6.2.
Sorry guys, there is looks like I have my news thing on. Where is it? Let me just turn it off. Okay, yeah, so because of that, we have problems. That's why the market is waiting to see what happens with this bill if it gets passed. If it gets passed, then it will be positive for the equity markets as well as for Forex, for US dollar, I should say. And then if it doesn't get passed, so that will be negative for the US dollar as well as the equity markets, because that shows a lack of, I guess, support for the new administration or their ability to get things done. So one of the things that President Trump has promised is once this bill gets through, then they will put forward the tax reforms and stuff like that. So this has to pass, and then the rest will come. And that's why the market is focusing so much on this one, because this is their first big bill they're trying to get through. So that's what's going on with the markets today. It was supposed to get put to vote today, and that did not happen. It kept getting delayed, and the entire day went by and nothing happened. But when that happens, when there's vote on it, and when there's the results get announced of the vote, there will be volatility in the market, so watch out for that. So right now we're just waiting for it. In terms of the news, we'll start with the news here first. We have, let me just refresh that. In terms of the news, the only thing that we had today was unemployment claims for the US dollar, which came out slightly negative, not a big deal. And then we had Fed Chair Yellen speaking. However, she completely kind of went around the policy issues and did not speak about the policy issues at all. And as a result, we didn't really see any move in the market as a result of her speaking. And aside from that, everything was fine. The new home sales here for the US came out positive, and then we have 2 FOMC members speaking, but the market is waiting on that, on the results of that bill. So going into tomorrow, the big thing here will be the PMI numbers. So PMI is a leading indicator, which is the manufacturing index. And when they are buying stuff, the purchasing managers are buying stuff, it means that the retail sales will be higher, which means that GDP will be higher. So it's a leading indicator which shows whether there is buying activity at the purchasers end. And that's why these numbers are important, even though they are marked in as orange. These are important numbers that just give us an indication of what's to come. So that we have a lot of those coming out from the Europe, and then we have FOMC member Evans speaking, and then the CPI, which is the inflation number for Canadian dollar. For the US here, we just have core durable orders, goods orders, and that's it. And then and the PMI numbers. But other than that, not a lot of data coming out. Again, the main thing for tomorrow will be the bill. So that's what we will have to focus on or pay attention to. In terms of just a quick recap here in terms of our US session, nothing much happened. They were just talking about the healthcare bill, and that's it. The whole day was kind of spent on the healthcare bill. In terms of the recap, it was very, very subdued session, and doesn't matter what markets they're all waiting on that on the bill. So that's it. All right, so now let's move on to our charts. So looking at the euro, like we said, a bit of a pullback here. At this moment, we are sitting into this previous support level. So this is still range bound. So I consider this move still to be range bound. We are in this range. We are still sitting above this support level. So if the price stays above this support level, then we are likely to see a move to the upside. Our likely reaction could be this. And from here, two options. One is this, or we may see a move kind of to the upside a bit like this and even go higher into this next level. So that's yet to be seen. The bill, the results for the bill will make a difference on as to what happens here. So we'll keep an eye on that. So if we look at our volume here, the candle down volume is pretty neutral. So it doesn't really give us a bias to any particular side at this point, still holding the highs. So we'll just keep an eye on it. So looking at the 1 hour chart, for the last 3 days now, price is trading in this range. So hasn't been able to break this 107.80-ish level. It hasn't been able to hold below that. Right now, in terms of our outlook, we'll watch it. If it does come back, the level that we'll have to keep an eye on is 10700 level, this one here. This will be the critical level for it, which is this level right here. So it's in this range, and I'm expecting it to stay in the range till we get a decision on the bill. In that case, if it's a positive decision, they are able to pass the bill, we are likely to see it come down to 107 and potentially lower. But if this decision is negative, then we could see a push to the upside and a break above this 108.20 level right here. So again, it's a wait and watch situation. Moving on to the pound here, we did see a bullish move up, but it wasn't huge, but still a bullish move nonetheless. So this was a level, the 2500 level was what we had marked down yesterday. It went up slightly above that into that 20-ish, 20 to 2030 area. So this is where it got to, which is still a support and resistance level coming right from here. So there's multiple times it has been tested. It's bullish, so we would expect another bullish move to the upside. 2580 is the next support and resistance level. Beyond that, we have, let's see, 2615, maybe even into this 2620 level. So let's put it there. That will be the next support and resistance coming from here, this candle right here. So we'll put that down. At this point, it looks bullish, but again, where it goes will be dependent on the healthcare bill as well. If it comes out positive, we are likely to see a break above this and the price heading into this 2620 level. If the bill gets passed, then we may see it come down into the bottom here. looking at the hourly chart, pound was probably one of the strongest pair against the US dollar here today. So we did see that move to the upside. But again, it was a narrow range. And this is the level we'll need to watch, 24.30. And that will be our target as well. I'm expecting the price to trade in this range till we get some sort of a definite answer as to what's going on with the bill. And then we're likely to either see a break outside this to the downside or a break to the upside. But for now, we will put this down as a range bound in this range between 24.30 to 25.30. So it's a 100 pip range. When it comes into the bottom, chances are that it will bounce back up. Or if it goes into the top, chances are it's going to bounce and come back down. Overall, though, pound is probably the most bullish pair against the US that we have right now. In terms of our dollar CAD, yesterday we saw this pin bar on the daily and we were looking for another move to the downside. Generally, we see a pullback and then a move down. So we got a pullback, we never got the move to the downside. At this point, we are still in this range. It hasn't broken out of that. Very, very small move today. So again, looking for it to stay in the range, not really looking for it to break to either side unless we get a resolution on the bill here. So for today, this was our range. That's very tight. About 40 pip range for the entire day. At this point, that's it. We're just going to look for this range, the high of 3,400 and buying at potentially 3,260 area and selling at 3,400 area right here. And once that healthcare bill comes out, we'll have to see which side it breaks on. Again, depending on if the bill passes, US dollar is likely to push up higher, so which means dollar CAD will go up higher. And we're looking for it to test the 3,400. And if it's very strong, then go up higher. Or if it's negative, then we're looking for it to come to 3,263. If it doesn't get passed, we're looking for it to come to 3,260 area. So right now I'm neutral on this. Aussie was, we were looking at this particular move yesterday. So this was the example that I was saying that we may see it come back down. And now we have had a very strong bearish close. So this puts a negative bias on Aussie dollar. But again, keep any of the US dollar crosses, keep the healthcare bill in mind. But in this case, just from purely technical perspective, this is a bearish bias on Aussie dollar. So in this case, I'd be looking for a move to the downside. And our next support and resistance area would be 7,600 right over here. Looking at the 1 hour chart, this is where we broke down and we have this level which will fill our inefficiency here. So 7,600 will be our target to the downside. Now, if it does manage to get back in there, actually the move that I'm expecting would look something like this. Let me try it out. So push into here and then a drop, or a push into this level right here. So basically pull back and then a drop to this level. That's the move that I'm expecting. However, if the healthcare thing comes in, we could see a move all the way up as well if it doesn't pass. So tomorrow with all US crosses, we do have that option, or that particular option of price going amok. But other than that, I am looking for price to pull back into the level here. And let me just draw it out once again. The level that I'm watching is either the level, this one right here. I do like this level here, this particular one. There's support and resistance here. So we could see price come into this area and then drop. But I'm looking for a move into 7,600 tomorrow. And if the pressure stays on this, overall I am bearish on this, then we may even see it go slightly lower into this area here, 75.80 area. So 7,600 will be the first target, 75.80 is the second target. New Zealand dollar, this one is range bound as well, even though we do have a bearish close on this. And this is the one that I was looking to sell today. So based on this, it's bearish bias, but we are only looking, I'm only looking into the 700 level. This is the same level that we drew yesterday. If it does break down, then we're looking for this one next, which is 69.70-ish area. Yeah, 69.70 area will be the next target, and following that 69.50-ish area will be the third target. But for now, a test of the bottom 0.700. This is not as bearish as Aussie was. So this is what I was looking to sell this morning, but I was reluctant to do that with the this is what I was looking at. Price was testing this level, and I was looking for price to break down here. So this is the, we have the high over here, and we have a lower high still. So this is one of those lower highs situation. So this is the typical place where you want to sell. But again, because of the healthcare bill, it wasn't a big day in any case. So we are looking for move into the 700 level, and beyond that 69.50-ish, but before that the 80 level. So bias to the downside, but limited downside compared to Aussie. But overall, everything, all the US dollar crosses will be dependent on what happens with the healthcare bill tomorrow. So those are the US dollar crosses. Any other pair you guys would like me to look at? So this week we've been doing the dollar crosses. What I'm going to do next week is add some more pairs, pound Aussie. So I will add some more pairs that we can watch, and then we'll track those as well. So if you guys just toss some of those ideas into the Skype chat room tomorrow, and I will add that over the weekend, and then we'll start tracking them and making them part of our daily analysis. Pound Aussie. Here we go. Dollar Swiss, okay. Pound Aussie, here we go. Pound Aussie, yes, that's a compressed move. Looks bearish at the moment. And in terms of, let's take a look at a daily here. So we are into important support and resistance right here. This one right here. So we have had likely we could run into trouble and we could see price come down, and the support is right there, 62.85 area, 162.85. So that will be the support level. From the 1 hour perspective, yes, that looks like a compressed move. And when we see a compressed, so think of compressed move like when we have the roller coaster trying to go over the top of that last little bump before it does a free fall. That's what the compressed move looks like. So this does look like a compressed move. So at this point, it looks bearish just based on the important support and resistance area, but overall it is bullish. I mean, it's been bullish for the last 2-3 days here, but because it's at such an important support and resistance area, we are seeing that compressed move on the 1 hour chart. So that's why this looks like it's going to come down, and the support here 62.80 looks good, and also this one right here, 63.20 area. That looks good as well for a pullback. And the next one here, we've got that. 6,200. So 63.20 will be the first area that I would be looking for. That's great, Walter. Yes, that's the, I would totally look for a short there. Good call on your part to short this, because this is the compressed move scenario. You've been taking some great trades, Walter. Good job. Dollar Swiss here, based on the daily here, we are looking bullish, but it's not quite engulfing at the moment here. So in terms of support and resistance, that's a good level. 99.55 is a good level, but we are into a bit of support here now, and it's done a rejection at the bottom. So this pin bar at the bottom, this is rejection, not the pin bars, but the big pin in the bottom is the rejection, and now we've seen a move up. So likely to go potentially see move into 99.55 here, and then we'll have to see what happens with the bill, because it is another dollar cross. So based on 1 hour here, we have a bit of a double bottom here and this support level, and now it looks like it's trying to trickle up, but this one is also a resistance level right here. So we'll watch how it reacts to this level, and then the next one, if it passes this one, the next one will be this 99.55. So it's not that far. So right now it looks like it wants to move up. Okay, so that's it. So over the weekend, think about the crosses that you like me to look at. So things that we will keep on our radar, doesn't matter what kind of crosses they are, we'll just toss them on the charts and we'll just monitor them. And I would like to start taking some longer term trades that we just let them run for maybe even for 2-3 days. And just stay in with the trade. And it would be a good idea to, dollar hasn't been behaving quite in a trending way lately. So it would be good to have maybe some other pairs that we can just let the trades run. So think about which ones, and we will add them and we'll just monitor them on a daily basis. We'll do a quick review. Okay, any other questions before we call it a wrap? Okay, perfect. So that's it. I will upload this, and you guys can review it later if you like. And tomorrow we have our webinar in the morning. So I will see you guys for that tomorrow morning. Okay, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye for now.